What's up, YouTube? Prop Guy back here again. Today we're going to be looking at a rather unique and neat piece, and this is the MacFarlane Toys King Kong. MacFarlane Toys is owned by Todd McFarlane, known for his run on Spider-Man, which brought about Venom back into the fold again, and really brought out one of the coolest Spider-Man characters, Carnage. He broke away from Marvel, did his own thing with Spawn and other things like that. He also is known for MacFarlane Toys. I know they do a lot of sports stuff, but for a while he had a series called Movie Masters. Now, Movie Masters, he would make toys of certain iconic movie characters or movie scenes. So there's like a Jason, Terminator 2, Schwarzenegger. There's a really cool Jaws diorama, and there's a really cool diorama Headless Horseman from the Sleepy Hollow movie. It had Johnny Depp in it from, I think, 1999. But this piece here is King Kong from the classic 1933 King Kong. Now, there's not a whole lot of replicas of that Kong. There's a really awesome, which I would love to have, piece of the Sideshow King Kong Armature. It was limited to 500 pieces worldwide. It's a direct copy off Ken Burns' original... or no, not Ken Burns, I'm sorry, that's a documentary guy, Bob Burns, I think, his original, one of his original 1933 Armature, of which there was two. One had a more rounder face, and one had a longer looking face. And this version is meant to look more like the long face Kong, which you saw mostly on Skull Island. The rounder face you see more in New York in the later half of the movie, which, ironically, the rounder face version's Armature is owned by none other than Peter Jackson. He was a huge King Kong fan, and he, obviously he made King Kong remake in 2005, which is very well done. Rather lengthy, but if you're a Kong fan, I think you appreciated it. But looking at this piece here, it's all plastic, except for the few metal bits here of chain. This is the scene where he's broken free of the chains, about ready to jump off and go terrorize New York City. The posing is very well done. He is movable. He's got a elbow joint here, so he's rather articulated there. His head will swivel a little bit. He has a waist joint as well, and his leg joint that will move back and forth, and obviously the arm joints. Obviously, this is more of a kind of like a statue figure, so you're not meant to just really play with him really or pose him anything all crazy. The sculpt is very well done though. The face looks spot on. I'm sorry, he's got a little bit of dust on him. He's been on a shelf. The sculpt is very well done. The fur looks fantastic. The chain looks good. He's even got fur sticking out over the back of the chain here. It's just, it's great. Even, details like the nails on the feet, the mouth. Paint apps are exquisite. And it says King Kong, and the base is what really sells the figure, I think, because this is like the platform that he's been chained to, just like in the movie. Not a whole lot of detail to it, but just the addition of it and the way it's painted up, it just looks perfect. And he comes with a little figure now. I think this isn't really supposed to be Fay Wray, I don't believe. Some woman he picks up at one point, I guess, and just thinks it's Fay Wray. But she's quite good too. She's got a little bit of heft to her, a couple ounces. She's sculpted pretty well. She got not really a scream look on her face, but she's clutching her chest like, she's terrified and petrified. She looks like she's about to faint. But she just sits in his hand like so, just kind of wedges in there. And that's all there is to it. This is, one of the neater pieces, and I think I'm a pretty good King Kong fan, so he looks pretty cool sitting on the shelf, especially if my original negatives from King Kong from, I think it was the 50th anniversary VHS box set from '93. They sold the negatives in this Lucelite clear container thing. They're pretty neat. My 3 negatives in that are actually on Kong right on the top of the Empire State Building right before he falls off and is killed by Beauty, not the airplanes. So let's get that straight here. But in a nutshell, that is the MacFarlane Toys Movie Masters Movie Monsters King Kong. Really neat piece, kind of rare. You don't see a whole lot of it. I don't think he's ever really been talked about or anything like that, not even on YouTube, but there's not a whole lot of good toys or replicas, so I'll make do with this guy. He wasn't very much. I got him off eBay for about $20. I've seen him in box go from around $60 to $100. The box wasn't really anything to write home about. I bought mine loose. But if you're a King Kong fan, I definitely recommend picking him up. It's neat, and it looks good on the shelf. So, till next time, subscribe. Thank you.